I'm going to do a quick sketch of an ear. I found this photograph on Pixabay. It's a detail of a larger photograph, but I like this ear. And an ear has quite an intricate form. And I'm first going to sketch it more or less. I really want to make a quick sketch. Just going through this various steps. So we have the outlines more or less. I'm not sure if they're all totally correct, but I can correct it while I'm working this out. And I always find hands and ears the areas in which you can see whether a painter or a draftsman is actually a good one, because they're quite complicated, and ears are surprisingly complicated to do well, I must say. So now I'm going to darken what's around it, because it's quite dark here. And to be honest, I never really studied the anatomy of the ear, so I have more or less an idea of how the forms are, but I don't know exactly how it is called or something, or which muscles are exactly there. So I try to observe carefully what I'm actually drawing. And I like these little earrings, so I'll just add those. Here's a little dot of a place where once was an earring. Funny to include such a detail as well. This is metal. And now it needs some refinement. Where are the dark areas? Where are the areas with a mid-tone? You can see that this area is mid-tone. You have here two areas which are quite dark. This is, this is an area which needs to be studied carefully, because it's all a bit lighter, but one has to be careful in defining this. Carefully define this area. And there, this needs to be defined better. Here we have hairs, so I try to get a little bit of structure of hair in it, but I also want this to be dark, so I'm applying several hatchings to get that darkened. And this area is slightly darker than what you see here. Try to leave a little bit of white for the highlight. Form is a little bit different than the original, actually. Maybe I'm a little bit too quick now, but I just proceed. I try to correct it in the process, which is not always the right approach. Well, it's not that bad. I actually like to make drawings with one, HB pencil, one hardness. So I might use several HB pencils because the point is a bit blunt now. So I take another one which has a fresh, sharp point. But I don't really like to combine several hardnesses of graphite pencils in one drawing. So, to have a 2B pencil and a 4B pencil, and I really like just take one pencil and do everything with that. And I'm going to try to refine it a bit now, because the ear is more or less defined, but it can have some refinement. And if you want to study these kind of details, you can go to Pixabay and you can get photographs of people which you can use for free. They are public domain, so the people who made those photographs have put them in the public domain, most of them. I would always carefully read the descriptions, what rights you have, and what you can do with it and what you cannot do with it, because using images of other people is always tricky. Always be careful with that. And now I want the overall appearance a little bit better, but I'm taking a little bit of a eraser here, so to refine it a bit. I wanted to avoid using an eraser too, but there are a few areas I think which could be better just by using a kneaded eraser. I try to make the definition a little bit better. And now I want the ear a little bit more isolated, so a little bit more dark around it. If you like these type of videos, please consider subscribing to my channel. And perhaps like this video if you want. I would really appreciate that. Spread the word. Wow. Try to make a little composition of this darkness around the ear, but I think it's okay now. So I don't have much time left on this memory card actually, so I'm finishing now the drawing. I think I leave it at this. The form isn't exactly the same, but I think it's a nice ear. Just a little adjustment. This line is too strong here, so can I break this a little bit? It was too straight, so here an accentuation, but that's better.